Hey y'all, it's Indigo here, back with another round of Grand Arena Championships. We got the 3v3 going on. This is week 2, and this is the first round of week 2. You can see from the board that my opponent has struggled, and my Geos ended up stopping him cold. You know, he just used too many teams on some other squads to get through. And then you know how Geos are. Once you run out of the right characters, you're stuck. There's no getting through them. Take a look at the board here. You can see what he's got up top. Nothing terribly fancy. Should be able to get through that okay. I'll go ahead and show you the bottom here because that's where we're going to end up going first, just to be able to see what he's got in the back. Now, he does have a habit of keeping all of his GLs and a lot of good stuff for offense. Puts a lot of kind of plain teams out front and all that. So I should be okay, but I don't want to, overkill the front teams and then get stuck with a random GL in the back. That's always kind of a nightmare. I don't think that'll happen, but who knows? I don't know how you guys feel about 3v3, but I can tell you, I always feel like I'm stretched so thin. Like I'm running out of good teams and good characters and characters with enough synergy to do anything. If you've seen my previous videos for this, I've been using my Jawas quite a bit more since I've taken them to Relic. And so I think they're all Relic 5 now. And dang if they don't get some use. Like I've been trying to find places to get some use out of them, and Geos are it. Geos, I guess Mon Mothma, and you can use them to soften up a regular, B or C team too. So it just depends. But I've been getting a lot of use out of them lately. Threw this one on auto just because it can take a while. I didn't kill him in the one big detonate, so you got to kind of go through the motions. But I was able to get through it, so that was good. I've been keeping Malik because he's kind of a one-man team. Everybody has to put some kind of lackluster team and some easy teams down because you've got to. You can't put all 15 hardcore squads. You'd have nothing left for offense. So any of the teams that are kind of lackluster that people put down, you can drop Malik in there and solo them. And my opponent put a Karth team down, so I'm going to go ahead and use Malik here and get in a solo. And it does work fine. Obviously, I got a Relic 7 Malik. He's got Relic'd up Karth team, so it's been a minute. But you can see that all these old teams we used to use are making a comeback. You'll see Phoenix out there. You see the Mandalorian teams like with Sabine in there. All these characters, I've seen some people running Gar Saxon and Imperial Super Commando, just weird teams that you wouldn't normally think of. So it is interesting to see what all teams get put down because everybody is scraping the barrel, it seems like, to try to find the right balance of offense, defense. And I know I have a decently deep roster. It's like 8.3 mil, but I sure don't have enough teams to lose many battles. If you drop more than maybe 2 battles and you're putting 15 teams down on defense, and that means you have 15 for offense, and you drop more than 2, you're going to be really hard pressed to clear your opponent unless they put some really easy stuff down. So I don't know. I don't know what you guys' thoughts are on it, but I'm a little bit frustrated. It's kind of fun, but it's kind of not because you just can't go as hardcore as you want. You can see here, Malik's having no trouble with the Karth team. It just takes a minute to break them down. Well, look at that. 56 banners there. So worth keeping him for that. I've got, this team, a Maul lead with Savage and then Darth Sidious. Those are characters we didn't ever used to use for about nothing ever since, Maul was in the arena ages ago, and they haven't gotten any use for anything. But we've had to take Maul and Sid up for relics, so that's 2 relic Sith you have, and I could see if somebody like Savage, taking him up, he still does have some uses at gear 12 actually, with his special ability, but taking him up to Relic would be nice. I just wish he would be required for something to kind of ease that burden. You see here, my Night Sisters are making pretty good work of the small team. They don't have really any kind of healing except for Savage. He's kind of a pain in the ass here, and you can watch this. He just goes and keeps going. You know, he keeps healing up, keeps giving himself the heal over times, and so I'll speed up here because this goes on for a while. There you go. We'll jump ahead a minute there. So it took a while to grind him down, but finally I got a mass assist ready at the right time, and I was able to knock him out. Still got 51 banners for it, so that worked out fine. Another team that I've kind of liked as a combo is Vader with Thrawn and then Moff Gideon. It seems like between the three of them, they can get stuff done. You've got the permadots from Vader lead, and then Thrawn with the fractures and throwing turn meter and protection where you need it. And then Moff Gideon, and not only his turn meter reset, but the armor shred that he provides is pretty nice to have. So I do like that armor shred to help tear through some enemies. So that's a good ability that he has. I think he's pretty valuable in 3v3 because you can also run him with Imp Troopers. He's naturally fast, so he can get out there ahead of most everybody. And you see they got me 54 banners against that scoundrel team right there. Now I'm going to use my Padme on some Night Sisters here. He put GK in with Mother Talzin and Daka. So I'm not sure. Maybe that's meant to stop Imp Troopers like a Veer's Piet Range or Moff Gideon. I don't know. But I'm going to use Padme here just because I think it's a little bit safer. I should have enough healing and I should be okay. I just need to get them down and then not let Daka end up reviving. There's no zombie to worry about, so once they're dead, they probably ain't going to come back. There we go. Daka and Mother Talzin gone. Kenobi can't bring anybody back, so now it's just a matter of working him down. Got to get my courage stacks and all that good stuff up there. There we go with Padme's heal. Look at that, the dodges. That's one thing that is annoying is he gets the foresight and he gets the dodges. So I probably could have kicked him there, but I wanted to get some protection up on the field. Still worked out though, 53 banners. I think that's good enough. So that clears up the front wall. Now I can see the moment of truth here, open up the back, and no GLs to worry about. So he stayed true to form. It was a lot of, BC teams, and he kept a lot for offense. And then he ended up getting stuck, so that's unfortunate. But some people don't really like 3v3, and they kill what they can, and then they just don't think about it till the next round. So I can understand that, because it does take a lot of time to, plan everything out. I like it enough to plan everything out and give it a good effort. So let's go ahead and clear this back wall, and then we'll see what's up top and do that. You guys have seen this team before. It's Bam with IG and Queel. This is probably one of the best ways and also one of the easiest ways to clear this team is just running Bosk lead, and then you've got Grief and Mando, and the whole thing is get the contract. Once you got the contract and you can disintegrate Bam, you're golden. You're in great shape. So there went some whistling birds, not enough to really kill me or do anything. So we just keep going, just keep trying to make some progress on the contract. The marker's over Queel's head, so we'll keep doing that. Call Grief to get the double tap. That popped our contract. Here I was thinking, should I mass assist? I always want to try and kill Grief just to speed it up a little bit. But really the important part is right here. Just disintegrate Bam. Once he's gone, it doesn't matter. You can throw it on auto, and I've tested that. Just throw it on auto. It's much faster, and you'll probably still get 54. If you need every possible banner, maybe don't do that, but it's a lot quicker if you, just throw it on auto, like I finally did right there, and just let him go. Because he's going to cycle through, do his disintegrate. There went IG. Now they're going after Queel. The only reason to not do that is because you can manually use the heal up as one of your last moves and guarantee 54, but you see I got it anyway. Now I'm going to take my Atreya team in against his Mon Mothma. Probably one of the easier counters, obviously. They can kill themselves just by their counters. I put Isolate on Kara. Not really sure it makes a whole big deal, bit of difference. But it does stop her from taunting, and it'll let me be able to go after Pow when I get a chance. So I can do that. Really, I just want to cycle around till I can annihilate somebody. Then I don't have to worry about them coming back. Doesn't really matter. But just keep going. Eventually, they're going to end up killing themselves, getting their health down, and you'll be able to take them all out with an AoE from either Scion or Darth Nihilus. So that's it. It doesn't matter that she's got the summon. As long as your characters are decently relicked and pretty tanky, and mine are, they're all relicked up. Scion's got like lots of health, crit avoidance. He should be pretty stout. He's got his Hell by Hatred, so yeah, he's going to be fine. You can see that Mon Mothma already died. Working on taking out Kara. Pow's still there, but you know, it doesn't matter. They're both in the yellow right now. See if this hit will kill him, and it does. And there's my Annihilate. So we'll go ahead and take it. And 51 banners. You know, you're not going to get max banners, but you get through in one shot. So it worked out. And then now he's got his Imp Troopers. I didn't know what to use against this squad, but thankfully his Moff Gideon was pretty slow, actually. So with the speed of my Jedi, I was able to get out front, go straight after Moff Gideon and take him out. And then once he's out, the other ones fall pretty easily. So there we go. Just got to clean up here, take Veers out. Look at that, done. But again, only 51 banners. So I guess it did steal 3 banners from me. Now I'm going to use Kylo solo against these Bad Batch here. Not much to say. Obviously, if you keep your GLs for offense, try to use them in a solo. Mirrors are probably the worst banners you can get. So it really depends, you know, what your opponent sets down. But try to come up with something else. I know Ray mirrors are decent. But everything else, if you got to use like Kylo against Rey, you're not going to be too happy. It's much better if you can use your Galactic Legend against another tough squad and save yourself some banners. So, since my opponent was stuck and he didn't put a Grievous team down, and that's what I normally use this Mon Mothma against, and I was like, well, is she any good anywhere else? Can I use her somewhere? Will she do anything? The answer to that is no. She does absolutely nothing. So if they don't put down a Grievous team, I don't know where you're going to end up using her. I tried her against a JTR team, but they've got so much with the stealth, and then they keep going, and the healing immunity. You can see my team's just getting torn up. And, you know, after you go so long, it's just like, oh, I'm going to just throw it on auto, see if anything happens. Yeah, nothing happened. They accomplished absolutely nothing. So, what a waste, but oh well. We'll go up top here, start taking out some of these teams, and then circle back to the bottom. So, let's get started on that. I'm going to use my own JTR team against his crew. Crew, Fox, and OG Kylo. You guys know this, or you should know this from back in the day. Worked pretty good in 5s. They've got that locked healing immunity with JTR, so it helps you be able to work them down. Going after Fox just because he hits the hardest. I want to try and get him out and get a numbers advantage. The others are, you know, equally as threatening. You've got OG Kylo spamming his middle move, giving turn meter to the team, and he can put healing immunity down on us, and we don't want any of that. So I'm going to work on him, keep him locked down with the turn meter removal and ability block if I can. I want to try and put healing immunity on Crew here so I can get him out of there. His 2-turn stun that he has can be deadly in 3s because that's sidelining 1/3 of your squad for 2 turns unless you have a way to deal with that. I really don't. So I want to go ahead and get him out, and then that way I don't have to worry about that. Trying to keep them both locked down with ability blocked. I've got Illuminated Destiny going off, so we'll use that there. Got a stun on Crew, and that's good. He's still got healing immunity, so I'm trying to capitalize on that and just get him out. Go for a burn right there. Wasn't quite enough to get him out. He was in the red, but that got him. Now I can go after Kylo there, and I was able to land a stun because of the counterattack from BB-8, and he called the assist. That's pretty handy. So I was able to get a stun on him, keep him kind of on the sidelines. He's got the locked healing immunity, and this should about do it. There we go. So not quite perfect, 52 banners. I think that was good enough though. Now we're going to take in Veers, Piet, and Range against his bounty hunters. He's got Bosk, Boba, and Jango, which you don't really see too much. A lot of people are putting Jango under Newt. I think that's probably a much better place for him. I don't think he's too good under bounty hunters because they don't really get to move. You see, once my imps get going, they really don't look back. And that's the way it works in 5s too. I mean, Jango did get a burn, okay, so he got to do something. But imps get to go enough to where they're going to heal all that back up. They're going to buff up. You see, they just keep doing their thing, and they do enough damage to where they can punch through them. So Jango didn't even get to go again before I killed Bosk, and then now I'm back on Jango. Took him out once, and that mass assist should do it. And there we go, and 54 banners there. So that was pretty easy. This is one of the teams like I'm just making up, you know what I mean? Is just throwing a tank, and then Wampa, and then Watt. Ideally, it's better if you have first order, like if you had Crew and Fox, that would work out great. Old Ben is a great tank if you can spare him, because he has elite ability that helps give evasion. I mean, that's huge. Right here, I got no lead ability, but I at least have a tank that will have some protection. And I guess he does have a revive too, so there's that. If it came to it, he could revive since he'd have the tech on him. So he's pretty tanky. Wampa's just there to do all the work. He's going to actually try and kill him. So I just want him to power up and then get in a few big hits whenever he gets a chance. If I can take out a Saj, you know, on a counterattack or with a basic, that would be great. Right now I'm stuck on zombies, so I got to keep going after her. Just trying to use Watt to make sure I got the heal over times and everybody stays healthy. Thankfully, I don't have to wrestle with Plague. No towels in there. So just keep going after it. Eventually, Wampa's going to power up enough to where when he does his AoE, he's going to be able to kill Acolyte, who's over there in stealth. Other than that, I'm stuck under taunt, so I just got to kind of roll with it. You see, he took them both into the yellow. I can't do anything damage-wise. Zombie keeps going and getting that taunt back. You know, nothing I can do besides keep killing Zombie. So the bad thing is eventually it's going to power up Saj. She'll do an AoE and wipe everybody out. So I don't want that. So I do got to hurry up and power up myself and take them out before she ends up taking me out. Keep killing Zombie as much as I can. Seems like he keeps going and getting that taunt back. And aside from that, Scarif has no damage. So there's nothing he can do to help out the team. Got my AoE up, so we'll use that there. I almost had enough to kill Acolyte. You see she's over there in the red. Wasn't quite enough. Got another power up though, so we'll try it again. Do the power up. Just keep going. My tank is putting in some work. Keeps getting stunned and all that, but keeps staying alive, which that's his only job, is to be a punching bag. So as long as he stays alive, that's fine. Keep going. Keep clearing off the debuffs. Use that. Whatever that does, I don't know. It's an AoE. Maybe it does a little bit of damage. Doesn't do a whole lot. Finally, I get a shot at Asajj. Take her out. Thank God. Did my AoE, and that took out Acolyte. And now I can finish off Zombie and call it a day. So there we go. 51 banners. Finally got it done. Now I'm going to use my C team solo against this Basti team. He's got Basti, Grandmaster Yoda, and Old Ben there. Nothing too fancy about this. Nothing to really tell you. All you do is link up 2 of them, and then once you do that, just wait for your ultimate to charge. And once you go into ultimate mode, it's game over. There's no real strategy or anything else you need to do. That's pretty much it. So I just go through the motions, do some damage. They keep me ability blocked, but that won't matter too much. Once I get the ultimate, I should be fine because it's your basics doing all the work. So there we go. We're charged up and ready. Ultimate. Now I wait till I get another turn. And there we go. Look at that. Now it's just Basti left. A couple basics will take her out. No problem. There we go. 55 banners for that one. On to the next one. He's got some more bounty hunters for me. So I've got Jedi Master Luke for him. It's not really a matchup here because I've got Grandmaster Yoda and Hermit Yoda to heal me up and keep my protection topped off. Foresight, all kinds of good stuff. So nothing really to tell you. Making mincemeat out of this team as I expected I would with the GL there. Nothing to say. 54 banners. Done with that one. that zone went pretty easily. Check out his ships. He's got Malevolence there and then an Empire fleet, but with bounty hunter ships out front. Like a Tarkin lead with bounty hunters. So that was kind of interesting. Something different that you don't see. All I have left to do is clean up this JTR fight. And that's going to be easy enough because look what I still didn't use. I have Rey. So I just threw a whole Rey team in there and let them go to work. You know, what can I say here? I had all my GLs saved and I figured I'd be able to get through and take out whatever he set down. I didn't know if he would keep the same kind of defense, and obviously he did. And somehow that came back to bite him because he got stuck on my GOs, and I'm able to tear through using my GLs. Rey probably could have soloed this, but I don't know. I don't want to mess around when it comes to that locked healing immunity. I don't really like that. I took out JTR straight away with a whirlwind, and now I just have the 2 droids to deal with. Not too much to worry about. I just have Holdo and Finn, regular Finn, because all my good resistance characters are used up. So nothing left. But the ultimate took him out. 34 banners on the cleanup. That's fine. We'll go ahead and knock out ships. I was doing the ship battles like during the territory war that was going on. So I didn't get to record the first one. But this was me using my rebels against that Tarkin with the bounty hunters. I ended up getting 67 on that. So there's the final board. That was how it ended. He stuck on my GOs, and I ended up, look at that score. 3298. That's a pretty high score. But I didn't have a lot of hard stuff to chop through. So that's it for round 1. We'll see you guys in round 2 where it's a much, much harder match. Thanks for watching my video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share your comments down below, and hopefully you'll check out my other videos on my channel. Peace.